Hey guys, what's up? It's Bonk for ProGaming.com, and we're here at PAX Prime 2011, and we're here checking out Valve, or Counter-Strike, the brand new Counter-Strike that's coming out. I'm here with Chet from Valve, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the competitive aspects of the new Counter-Strike.
Sure.
If you could compare this to 1.6 or Source, which one would you compare it to the most?
So both and neither. It's a new game. We're trying to take what works and keep it. What doesn't work, or what we maybe made mistakes in changing, we want to fix. So one of the things we've done is we've looked back at all the games we've released and what we've learned from them. And one of the things we saw in Counter-Strike Source, we kind of clamped down the skill level. So it's really hard for really good players to differentiate themselves. And there's a lot of nuances, a lot of really tiny little things only the best players do or know about. And we want to make sure we kind of recapture some of those. And so we've talked to the CS Source guys already. We started a conversation with some of the 1.6 guys. We'll have a bigger conversation with them coming up. And it's trying to recapture to make sure that the game has that ability to be for really good competitive guys, to have them differentiate themselves, and it's never about luck, it's always about skill. An example is the flashbang works a lot more like 1.6 than it does CS Source. We've done some other things that make it, like what I say, it's different than both. So we looked at Dust and said, Dust isn't played competitively anymore. It's not even played that much publicly anymore as Dust 2 is, right? So what's wrong with the map? What's the problems with it? Well, let's move up the spawn points for the terrorists so they have a better chance at both runs. Let's take the tunnel underneath and let's open that up as well, so that there's another route up that way. And so we've added a lot of little things like that. We always try to start small and build from those changes. Because again, a lot of what works, but we want to make sure that we're capturing what doesn't work and fixing that.
Now, how much would you say, percentage-wise, of the old stuff that you're bringing back to freshen it up?
So we wanted to make sure it was still Counter-Strike. When we first started looking at it and trying to decide the goals for the game, a lot of talk, you look at other modern shooters and what they're doing and what's going on. And we wanted to say, when you jump in the game, it's about your skill against the other guy. It's not about how long he's played it. It's not that he got a lucky kill streak in a row. I understand, again, why those games do that. I'm not knocking that. Totally cool, totally fun. I play the hell out of those games. But when you're looking and having this kind of really tight competitiveness, you want to make sure that if you lost, it's because the other guy was better than you or you screwed up. Right. You don't want to have that randomness. You don't want to have that he's just been playing longer or he's a different set of equipment available. You want to have a kind of pure competition about that. And that's what Counter-Strike's always been about. So our first goal was making sure we carry that through into the modern age, having it come out on the PS3, the 360, PC, and Mac, right?
Right. Since it is multi-platform, could you talk a little bit about how it's going to work as far as the cross-platform functions?
Well, so first of all, on the PS3, they're going to be able to use keyboard and mouse to be able to use the move, or they can just use the controller. There's no aim assist. There's nothing going on there. They're going to have to be the masters of their controller or their input device, right? Some guy and some PC players a little snobbish, thinking they can just kick some ass there. Yeah. There's a lot of guys that are really good with the controller, really good with the controller. So it's going to be a little surprising there. But so what'll happen in matches when they're playing the competitive game, it's skill-based matchmaking.
Okay.
So when you enter a game, you're going to be thrown in with other guys of your same skill. Now, if you think you're all badass in your keyboard and mouse, and there's some kid sitting there with his controller, and he's playing as well as you, he's playing as well as you.
That's crazy.
It's your skill again, right? So are you going to be playing with a bunch of guys who have PS3s? I don't know. We'll see. How good are you, right?
Right.
And, we're going to be adaptive to, if we see problems there, we'll react to them and fix them. But our goal now is to say, everybody's equal. Let's see how you do.
That sounds amazing. Because cross-platform in the past really hasn't been up to par with how it should be, And so I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Now,
to that end, so if you would just throw people together, you're going to have problems, I think, right? I think you're going to see, for the most part, there's a fidelity of input device that does give the edge one way. Try not to tell favorites, but right. And so if you just throw them together without any skill level in that, you would have problems.
Yeah.
and you would be ruining the higher skill level people's games because they would just be stomping, and you would be getting a really bad experience to those people who are struggling. And so we just wanted to make sure that you enter the competitive mode, it's not you just getting your ass kicked. Because you're going to be playing with other people your same skill level, and as you get better, they get more challenging, that you'll always be having good games. But it's really important that when you first start out in a competitive game, if you're just continuously just getting your ass kicked by super great guys and you don't even understand the game they're playing, right? Because like you watch pro players, they're playing another game. There's so much they're doing that you're not even thinking about. And so we wanted to make sure we have that stratus of players without them ruining each other's game.
Sounds awesome. Now, could you tell me as far as like the matchmaking features and anything like that, are you going to have like clan support and all that other stuff on all the platforms?
Yeah. So on the 360 is going to be kind of its own beast. They're not part of. We do this all through Steam, and so on the PS3 we have Steam integrated. So the PS3, PC, and Mac, there'll be an ELO ranking not just for you individually, but also for your clan. So if you guys join up and you want to find another clan, you'll be able to match up to another clan of this equal ranking.
That sounds awesome. I'm super pumped for this, man.
And so we've also been, like I said, I've already given him his business card, so if he doesn't give you guys some beta keys, blame him, not me. But also want to talk to a lot of you guys and make sure that if you guys are hosting matches and doing anything like that, that we're doing stuff that helps you guys do that.
That sounds great. Well, so when does the game come out, and how can people who aren't going to see this and we can give them beta keys, how can they get involved for the release? Well,
so come October, we're going to have the beta start. And the very first players of the beta are people who've either gotten a beta key from here or from Eurogamer Expo that we're doing next month. After that, we'll expand it out to sites like yours that you can give out the keys to people. And then we'll keep expanding it out. We'll ship the game when it's ready. And the community is going to tell us when it's ready. We're going to start the beta with one version of the game that we think is pretty close, pretty good, but we're not saying that's what we're going to ship. We're going to let the beta tell us when to ship and what game we're going to ship. And essentially, when the beta says, hey, this is good, let's go, then we'll package it all up and we'll release it on all the platforms.
That sounds great. Not many companies do that. They always rush the date, and it's just like a crappy game. So
the minute we set the date, like I know because some people are going to be like, oh, come on, release it already. Why are you taking so long? Valve time, make those jokes. The minute we set the date, though, we're saying, this is the level of quality we can put in that game, and this is the amount of changes we can put in the game. And we want to say, let's not do that yet. We started doing this with Left 4 Dead now, where on the DLC that's coming out, we're saying, we're not going to set a date. Let's work with the community. Let's fix all the bugs that you guys find. Let's fix all the problems you see. Then we'll release it. Everyone's going to be happier that way.
Gotcha. All right, Chad. Well, thanks again. I appreciate it. Now, for more PAX Prime coverage, make sure to stay locked right here on ProGaming.com.
Mission complete.